Hi listeners, today we've got a very special podcast. Today we're speaking to Tatyana Anderson, and if you are one of our regular listeners, you'll know that we've had Tatyana speak to us in Series 1 in Episode 4, and she told us all about her label as well as her School of Couture. So let's give Tatyana a warm welcome. Hi Tatyana.
Hi Maria.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for being on our podcast today. Now, there's a special reason that you're on our podcast, but let's give people a bit of background about your School of Couture, because that's what we're here to talk about, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. I'm a third generation couturier, and I've been sewing and making patterns and designing for individual clients and for my label. And after some time, I decided that it would be fantastic to pass almost 100 years of knowledge that my family has collected over the years to students that can produce an amazing garments, improve their sewing, get beautiful finishes. Don't be scared to work with the very scary, difficult fabrics. And it's all started.
Your School of Couture, how long have you been running it?
I've been teaching for 3 years. Last year, we actually found a beautiful location in St Kilda where we have now set up a school.
And when we met with you last year, we were in your workshop, and that was just as beautiful as well. So what's happening with the School of Couture right now?
Well, with the virus and pandemic and everything else, lots of things happen. Obviously, we cannot run classes at the moment, and I had to postpone some of our classes, including Shinga's Sato visit. But what we've been trialing to run online classes, and that has been quite successful. We now ran 3 or 4 of those, and I'm opening them to public now.
That's exciting.
Yes, so the School of Couture is moving online.
Now, have you always planned to have the School of Couture online?
Telling the truth, it kind of was one of the things in the back of my mind that, maybe in 4 or 5 years we will move to online just to help people around the world. But of course, with the pandemic, everything got changed. Some things got delayed, but some things were brought forward. And one of the things that got brought forward was the online school.
It's exciting. Making
it is exciting.
Lemonade out of lemons.
Well, what else do you do?
Yeah. So what can people look forward to, and when does the online School of Couture become open to the public?
The first open to public class is going to be on 31st of May, and we're going to be doing bodysuits.
Bodysuits?
Bodysuits, I know. Not quite what I normally do, but there has been a lot of requests over the years to do bodysuits, because I do personally wear a lot of bodysuits, especially under the jackets. I find them quite comfortable. So there has been a lot of requests to run that class. And when I was planning for the year, I promised everybody that I'll run one in May, not expecting that we're going to have pandemic and isolation and everything else. So I thought, since we can't quite run the way I was expecting to run it, I have released a pattern that we will be using in our bodysuit class. And as people booking in, we will then send them information about what they need, all the tools and everything else.
So a bodysuit pattern, is this something that you also had planned on releasing this year?
No, not at all. Releasing patterns was not in my list of things to do at all, because I'm a true believer that pattern has to be made for each body separately. The patterns have to be made individually. And here I am releasing a pattern. But again, with pandemic, it's really hard for me to help people to generate a pattern. So I have took a pattern that I always used and loved for myself. We graded it, prepared it. As you probably have seen on Instagram,
Yes.
Talked about the cover, and it's now ready to be printed.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be hard copy, not PDF.
No, it's going to be hard copy. It's definitely going to be hard copy, just so it's more precise. And it is the way I like it.
And that's what the School of Couture is all about, really, isn't it?
Yes.
Precision.
Yes, couture sewing is all about precision, accuracy, and definitely high quality. So I think that will let us achieve it.
And is this the only course that you're going to be running online, or do you have more planned?
Oh, there's more planned. We're definitely going to do boiled wool jacket, and it's going to be unlined, very easy. We're hoping that people have boiled wool in their stashes so they don't have to run around searching for it. And the idea is to make a jacket that you look very professional and very presentable when you're sitting in front of computer having your Zoom or Skype meeting with your colleagues, and yet you're still very, very comfortable. It's kind of a, cardigan jacket, but not quite a cardigan.
It sounds very worthwhile for right now while we're all at home.
Yes, I thought so because I was going to make it for myself. And then a few people said, what, without us? So again, I'm currently working on a pattern for that, and that pattern will be released. We're going to run a trial for my lingerie classes, so the silk trimmed camisole and French knickers. If the trial will go okay, we will open that to the public. And another pattern that is already ready and ready to be printed is a lace kimono. So things are happening here.
It sounds like they're happening very quickly, Tatyana.
Well, what else am I going to do? I'm sitting at home. So, yeah.
It sounds like there's a lot that our listeners are going to be excited about. Bringing your School of Couture online, it's really exciting time for you and for us.
Yeah, look, it's not as expected, as I keep saying. It's not what I was envisaging I will be doing in 2020, but, here we are.
Awesome. That's excellent. Listeners, if you want to book in to Tatyana's School of Couture, her new online School of Couture, where will they go, Tatyana?
To my usual website under School of Couture. There will be all the classes there, and you will be able to purchase your classes with your pattern, or you can just buy a pattern if that's what you want.
Simple enough. Thank you so much, Tatyana, for coming on to So Organised Style and letting us know about the School of Couture now being online.
Thanks, Maria. Thanks for having me.
That's all right. Have a nice day, listeners.